down the Thames to the East India Company dockyard at Blackwall was silent. Possibly these officers resented being required to work their way back to India. At the yard, the dockmaster provided a boat, the coachman loaded the chests, and Merewether took his seat beside the coxswain. "Shove off," he told him. As the boat pulled beyond the slip, he could see his new command anchored half a cable's length off. Freshly painted, black-trimmed with buff, she had towering raked masts, a graceful sheer, exquisite lines. Undoubtedly she possessed the speed Sir William had mentioned. Anchored below her, close by, was another ship with a boat alongside, a Royal Navy sloop. He heard the squeal of a boatswain's pipe and looked around to see side boys manning the gangway, while a tall figure in a uniform trimmed with gold lace, from which the pale January sun glinted, climbed the ladder. The coxswain followed his glance. "Atropos 22, he volunteered. "She's sailing to the Mediterranean to fish up treasure from a wreck." There were few secrets kept from these watermen. Merewether wondered briefly about the value of such ceremony, whether it aided discipline. After all, it was the ability and force of personality of an officer, not ceremony, that instilled the respect and loyalty necessary to maintain true discipline. The boat grated alongside rapid, and Merewether mounted the ladder. As his head came level with the deck, Merewether heard a command. "Attention on deck!" A boatswain's pipe squealed, and he stepped off the ladder between four side boys. A tall, slender man with long blonde hair stood at the end of the files at salute, a man beside him blowing trills on the pipe. "Welcome aboard, Captain," said the tall man as Merewether returned the salute. "Decided to greet you man-of-war fashion." Merewether extended his hand. The tall man murmured, "Larkin, sir. Formerly third mate, now second lieutenant. Tompkins here allowed he could still pipe the side like he used to do in Leviathan." "Very good, Mr. Larkin," said Merewether. "Please call all hands. May I introduce Mr. McLennan and Mr. McCrae, my first and second lieutenants?" In a moment, the hands poured aft, curious to see this new captain they would have to serve under for the next 2 years. From the break of the poop, Merewether read the portion of his orders giving him command of Rapid, adding briefly, "Men, we sail within the week for India. Do your duty, and I'm easy to live with. Dismiss the crew, Mr. McClellan." He saw the sea chest swaying up from the boat to thump on deck. A short, fat man bustled up. "Davis, sir, purser. May I show you to your cabin?" The man led him aft down a companion to a passageway with doors on either side. At the end of the passage he threw open a heavy door and stood aside for Merewether to precede him in. The cabin was spacious beyond any quarters Merewether had ever occupied at sea. It extended from side to side across the stern of the ship, with windows looking aft, portholes along the sides, a skylight in the centre, vents in the overhead, now closed, that Merewether recognized as openings for wind sails to cool the cabin in the tropics. A handsome brass bed was bolted to the deck, a desk set under the skylight, a leather-covered transom with drawers underneath across the stern. Lockers were set against the forward bulkhead, and beside the door was a rack containing 4 blunderbusses, 4 cutlasses, 4 pistols, and 4 truncheons with leather-wrapped grips. Davis, noting his glance, said, "I guess you never served as a slaver, sir. Every now and then some of those big bucks get loose. Handy to have them things here." Merewether heard footsteps, and 2 hands came in with his chest. "Ask Mr. McLennan, Mr. McCrae, Mr. Larkin, the boatswain, carpenter, gunner, cooper, and sailmaker to meet me here at their convenience," said Merewether. "And yourself." Davis departed. The meeting was brief. Each department was directed to prepare lists of requirements and turn them over to the purser for requisition from the dockyard. By mid-afternoon, Merewether had signed the stack of requisitions. Working parties had been told off and dispatched ashore. Merewether decided